January the 16th and 22nd of 2020. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, I'll call for a vote. District 2.
Yes.
District 3.
Yes.
District 4 is absent tonight, and I as vice chairman vote yes. The motion carried. Next, we'll have reports from the county official. District 2,
None at this time.
3,
District 3 has none.
and I as vice chairman I want to thank everyone for coming out today. Thank you. Next, I'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution for D. Bruce Horn, recognizing him for his retirement with Saluda County. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. I'll call for a vote. District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4 is absent, and I as vice chairman vote yes. If Mr. Horns would come up, Judge Horns. We're gonna read this resolution. I want my council members to come with me.
Oh.
State of South Carolina, County of Saluda, resolution. Whereas D. Bruce Horn served as coroner for Saluda County during 1984 and 1986. And whereas on January the 13th, 1987, Governor Richard W. Riley appointed Mr. Horns as magistrate to fill an unexpired term. And whereas Judge D. Bruce Horn was reappointed as magistrate by Governor Carroll Cameron on November the 30th, 1989. And whereas after of over 35 years of service to Saluda County, Judge Horns will retire from Saluda County on January the 31st, 2020. And whereas during his years of service, Judge D. Bruce Horn has constantly assisted the public by exhibiting trail of patient dedication, thoughtfulness, cooperation, and outstanding abilities. And whereas the County of Saluda desires to publicly commend D. Bruce Horn and recognize him for the service to Saluda County, be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to D. Bruce Horn, and that a duplicate be placed in the minutes of Saluda County Council. And it is so resolved. J. Frank Daniel, Vice Chairman, Saluda County Council.
No, that's not.
Next, we'll move on to public presentation. We want to recognize Miss Nancy McCartley for a presentation to make Saluda County's Second Amendment sanctuary. Ms. Carter.
McCorkle.
McCall.
Ms. Bunce,
Yes.
okay. I'm here to talk about the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment sanctuary county movement is spreading from state to state. And we have it passed in several counties in South Carolina, as well as we are working on more to adopt this movement in all counties in South Carolina. The commissioners here may be questioning, why do we need a Second Amendment sanctuary? Don't we have the Second Amendment to protect us from government overreach and gun control and gun confiscation? True, but look at Virginia and other states limiting gun purchases to once a month, trying to pass laws that ban private gun ranges. Two examples out of many. Other states such as Washington, Oregon, New Mexico, and Colorado already have gun control and gun confiscation laws in place, and they are very extreme. The Second Amendment gives the people the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Yet, all I keep seeing in other states is restricting and banning firearms for those who do not understand the meaning of the word rights. We need to make it clear once and for all, the Second Amendment does not include semi-automatic rifles or bolt-action rifles, pistols, or revolvers. The Second Amendment restricts the government. The technology of the firearm is irrelevant. The restrictions on the government remain the same regardless of the firearm. The Second Amendment was not written to grant permission for citizens to own and bear arms. It forbids government interference in the right to keep and bear arms, period. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The intent and purpose of the Second Amendment sanctuary resolution are for county governments and local law enforcement to not abide by and enforce laws which in any way infringe upon our rights. A state governor or state legislature is not God. Understand, tyrannical laws do not have to be followed. In fact, they should not be followed. Other states, As a lifetime hunter and resident of Saluda County, I will not allow my constitutional rights to be infringed upon. Our founding fathers fought off tyrannical rules and succeeded. In time, we may be doing the same. I urge you to make Saluda County a 2A sanctuary county. Thank you for your time. Also, on February the 22nd, we're having an event at the courthouse for all South Carolinians to come together and sign a petition and stand up for our gun rights. I have pamphlets if you'd like one, or any of y'all would like one.
Thank you. We'll receive this as information. We thank you. Now we'll go to, let's see where we're at. Next we go to old business. We'll entertain a motion to ratify the resolution for Miss Margaret Davis, recognizing her for her retirement with Saluda County. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion. During the discussion, we want to thank Ms. Davis for over 25 years of service to this county. She was really dedicated to the citizens of Saluda County. She'll truly be missed. I'll call for a vote. Do I have a motion? Okay, we'll discuss. I'll call for a vote. District 2, how do you vote?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4 is absent, and I as vice chairman vote yes. Motion carried. We'll entertain a motion for a second reading on ordinance number 01-20 an ordinance to amend section 2-15A of the Codes of Ordinance, Saluda County, South Carolina, to amend the number of year terms of the Saluda County Airport Commission. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. What we're doing here, we're changing the membership from 3 years to 5 years. It's getting hard to find people to serve on the airport commission. And it's not a lot of people in Saluda County got airplanes. And what we have to try to keep them until maybe somebody else come in with an airplane. But that's what we are trying to do here. I'll call for a vote. District 2.
Yes.
District 3.
Yes.
District 4 is out, and I as vice chairman vote yes. Motion carried. We'll go to new business now. Next on the agenda is the first reading on ordinance number 02-20, an ordinance to amend section 2-263 of the Code of Ordinance, Saluda County, South Carolina, amending the meeting requirements for Saluda County Fire Board. And we're gonna recognize Emergency Management Director, Mr. George Moore, to come forward.
Good evening. I'm here tonight at the request of the Saluda County Fire Board. The board is made up of 7 representatives of the 7 fire departments in Saluda County. And the current ordinance requires that the board meet once a month. And the board is requesting that language be changed from that they will meet monthly to they will meet regularly. And the reason for that change is there are times of the year whenever they need to meet monthly, and then there are other times of the year whenever, every other month or so is working. So what they're basically asking is just for the ability to set their own meeting schedule. So that's all we're here for.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. If not, I'll call for a vote. District 2.
Yes.
District 3.
Yes.
District 4 is absent, and I as vice chairman vote yes. Motion carried. Next, we'll have consideration of option from Data Work Plus to upgrade the live scan system software and hardware at the detention center. We're gonna recognize Captain Lorraine Kelly to present request.
Good evening. We have two proposals, 3 options. For the DataWorks, if anyone is unfamiliar with what the DataWorks live scan is, it's a computerized fingerprint, which takes the fingerprints of offenders and it's automatically sent to SLED immediately. This system has reached its lifespan. Microsoft has indicated that there were no support for Windows 7 after January 14th, 2020. So therefore, by that being said, we will have to implement option 1, which could be one of the options where we'll have no support for Windows. And if it breaks down, that means it will cost X amount of dollars. Option 1, they would go in and replace everything we need. It says only vendors that can provide the live scan upgrade that is compatible with existing live scan software. DataWorks Plus is the creator, owner, and exclusive provider of the software. It's the only one in the state of South Carolina. We have no other options. With that first option, it's $19,435. They expect 100% payment upon the first productive use, and this quote's good for 45 days. Option 2 is end of life is June of 2021 on the hardware upgrade. This second option can be done later, but before June 2021. The cost is $17,515. As of January 14th, 2020, we have no coverage of our hardware unless this upgrade is done, that is stated in option 1. And this option here is pretty much saying we're fixing to come to end of life on it. So we're gonna actually need, option 3 is we're gonna need both of them done in order to have the coverage and to keep everything running smoothly without costing any other cost. And this total cost is $36,950. And that's gonna take care of the live scan during its life of these Windows programs and this software program. And I don't know how long that lasts. You know, technology is technology, it changes every year. But this is what's gonna keep us up and running at the detention center as far as our live scan fingerprint.
Mr. Kelly, I'll make a motion to approve proposed reference number 20-0129-06 from Data Work Plus to upgrade the existing live scan system from Windows 7 to Windows 10 operation system in the amount of $19,435 to be funded from contingency. The second motion is motion to approve proposed
No.
Okay,
This is one motion.
all right. Do we want, well, I call for a motion.
I make a motion to,
We got two here.
we got two options.
Yeah.
But also we both have to do that.
Yeah, three, we vote to, do both.
You got one that looks like it's $19,435.
Right.
And then one that is $36,950. So somebody needs to make a motion as to which one you want to go with.
One or two.
One or both. You could go with one or both, and I suggested going with both. If you have any other questions, our IT department, Mitchell Neese is here, he can answer the IT side of it.
Yes.
Lorraine did a good job explaining it. Not a whole lot more to say. We are at a point where Windows 7 has become a security issue for all networks. It's got to go. The first part of this, the first proposal, we've got to do now. Second part, we've got to do before the end of the fiscal year. So we might as well, my suggestion would be to do both of them at one time and get it over with. The first one is going to Windows 10, and then the second one is to update all the peripherals. It's not just a computer. This is a whole system that has palm readers, special printers, signature pads, all kinds of things attached to it. You know, all of that has to be replaced before June of 2021.
And Mitch, I'm gonna try to jump in here, try to help you understand what you're saying. What you're saying is your recommendation is do $36,000, the whole too.
Yeah, both of the
What you're
proposals.
recommending is the second motion.
I'll read the second motion. To approve proposed reference number 20-0129-06 and proposed reference number 20-0130-07, upgrading existence live scan system for the Windows upgrade and to replace hardware and software for a total amount of $36,950 to be funded from contingency. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion.
All right, how critical is this software to your everyday operation?
We use it every day, 24/7. When someone's brought in to be booked, or sex offenders come to get registered, they have to be fingerprinted, it's used daily.
And the problem
We have
is,
no backup, so.
the problem's not the software itself, the scanning software, as much as it is Windows 7. Is that correct?
Correct.
How long is Windows 10 gonna be around?
I have no clue. I mean, that's,
Does, Livestock on DataWorks Plus, do they say anything about, if they talk about they do, if both of these are done and upgraded with all the hardware and the other equipment, what's their recommendation on far as like, you talking about from Windows for the operating system, what is their recommendation on that? Are they saying?
they're saying go to 10.
Windows 10 is what they're saying.
Yeah, that's the only thing available right now. And one thing, don't want you to forget, if we only do the first part of this, we don't have any maintenance contract on the hardware. And if something breaks, then, I mean, with the maintenance, we give them a call, they're there the next day, they replace a part or repair it, and we're good to go. Without the maintenance contract, we've got to pay for a emergency service call, plus any parts and labor. This is all getting to the end of life of it, so anything could happen.
Now you mentioned something was expiring in 2021.
That's the other hardware. The computer is got to be replaced now, the computer part of it. And then the peripherals are good until June of 2021, which would be right at the end of our fiscal year.
That's the other hardware that's attached to this whole system. You
palm
got,
reader,
yeah, the
the
palm
signature.
reader and all that stuff.
All that has to be. Yeah.
That 36,000 just scares me.
I understand.
In the event that we do build a jail within the next, how long, does this transfer over into that?
Yes.
Do I have a motion?
Yeah.
All right, we'll discuss. I'll call for a vote. District 2,
Yes,
District 3,
Yes.
District 4 is absent, and I as vote, Vice Chairman vote yes. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is consideration to publish a request for quotes on the generator maintenance service. We'll recognize Mr. Morton again.
Good evening again. So every so often, we try to put all of our maintenance contracts out, try to keep the pricing as low as possible. And so what we're asking to do tonight is to put out a request for quotes for the preventative maintenance on all the county generators. We actually put this out last year, and there was an issue with some things with it, and so we renewed the contract with the current company for one additional year, and so we're just asking to put that request for quotes back out again.
I will entertain a motion to allow staff to publish a request for quotes on the generator maintenance service. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
second.
Discussion?
How many generators do we have to maintain?
Six.
I guess it's like changing oil and.
Yes, yeah, they come out twice a year. With our current contract, they come out twice a year. Once a year, they change the oil and all those things. They also monitor the generators, if there's any issues with them or anything like that. So
Right.
Are these generators tested periodically?
tested weekly.
Week?
Yes.
And this comes with some kind of service contract in case.
Yes.
1 week it doesn't start up.
All right, I'll call for a vote. District 2, how do you vote?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4 is absent, and I, as vice chairman, vote yes. The motion is carried. Next on the agenda is consideration to allow the emergency management director to attend the IAEM-USA Region 4 conference. We'll recognize Mr. Josh Morton again for your request.
Thank you. This is a request just to, it's pretty obvious, to attend the Region 4 conference, which will be held in April. This is a conference that I attend every other year, and costs the county no money. There's no funding from the county that's required. The reason I'm before you tonight is just because of something that was put in the budget this past year requiring us to come before you to get permission to attend these types of things. So, any questions?
Any questions or discussion?
I'll entertain a motion to allow the emergency management director to attend IAEM-USA Region 4 conference in Huntsville, Alabama, funded through the LEMPG funding. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Call for discussion.
Yes, sir. You said in April. How many days is this?
Will run from April 26th through the 29th. It's 4 days.
26th through the 29th? What,
It's fully funded, no county funds?
No county funds whatsoever.
what is your role at this meeting?
So I am actually the IAM USA president-elect. That's a position I was elected to about 2 years ago. And prior to that election, I actually got with the council members at the time and got their approval before making that commitment. And so, you know, I do play a pretty big role in our region.
Josh, what is the LEMPG fund?
It is the Local Emergency Management Performance Grant.
Okay, that's where the funds will be coming
Yes,
from.
it's federal funding.
I'll call for a vote. District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4 is absent, and I, as vice chairman, vote yes. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. I'll entertain a motion for council to go in executive session to pursue section 30-4-7A1 and 2 of the South Carolina Codes of Law 1976 as amended to discuss personnel in the clerk of court office, personnel in the road and bridges department, receive legal advice on a petition to close a county road, and to receive legal advice on the agreement for Ward Park to return to the call of the vice chair. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. I call for a vote. District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4 is absent. I, as vice chairman, vote yes. Motion carried. Executive session.